Congratulations on the 25th anniversary of the band. It's been fabulous. End of my 10th year here. It's been 10 great years of enjoying coax, and in a minute we're going to hear some of the alums join the current band. I want to congratulate the band tonight on a great performance. Fabulous job. And in addition, obviously I'd like to recognise Mr. Ryder, a fellow Londoner, even though he supports the wrong football team, but that's okay. His team actually does a lot better than my team does, so I really can't say much about it. It's been great to sort of listen to the songs over the last few years, some of which I have to say I have suggested that we play things by the Clash and the Sex Pistols and some of these other bands that I particularly like. But one thing you probably didn't know, tonight you actually played the song that Mrs. Strudwick and I, Loring and I danced to, our first dance at our wedding. Moon Dance. So, actually I think it sounded better tonight. No. That's another story. But anyway, I just wanted to Steve, thank you so much. I do hope we will have Duck and the Slugs at some point in the future. It's a band I'm wanting you to play, and there's a few others too. But congratulations on everything you've done. Fabulous job.
Well, thank you, John. It's been so much fun over the years. It's been a long road, and I think I was going to give a little bit of history. I won't go on too long, but I think the idea for the band started in 1986. I was young and cool then. I can't believe I ever was, but and the seniors that year invited me to prom, and they said, "Will you play?" And I actually played "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, and the guy who did the drum solo, if you remember that, is actually here tonight. And so it could be that that was the seminal moment when coax started. So Dave Ashdown, who played the drum solo, is right there. And then we formed a band, and it was like an ego thing, and there were other teachers, and then a couple of kids joined, and then slowly it evolved, and everybody kind of belittled it, and it didn't have much of a future. And then over the years it slowly gained momentum, and there were a lot of people that stuck with it and gave me lots of help. And the big turning point came, I think, when Cressy was built and we came in here and we had a proper stage, and that was a huge thing. And over the years, many parents have helped out, and I'd like to acknowledge them tonight. I was hoping Lynn and Mike Moran would be here, but they're not because they couldn't come from Texas, but their son Sean is. They gave the band a lot of support way back when in the 80s. I can't believe I'm saying this. And then the Seaburger parents, and then Jim and Sue Bites. I'm not sure if they're here tonight. Whose son Andy was one of the big guitarists. And then there was a big change when we decided that the parents got together and said we need to have somebody on the parents who is going to help with the band. And that was Mary Bear's idea. And Mary Bear's here tonight, and I've seen her jamming out there. She's so rock and rolling. And it's great to see her here. And then, so the coax mum, the coax head mum idea came out, and then it was carried on by Karen Kaplan, Linda Eisenberg. I know Karen's here tonight. Then Amy Webb was right there. And Sharon Conklin. And then, of course, we then moved into the present. And this is another difficult goodbye for me to say, because Jack has a remarkable mother called Liz, and Liz is the coax head mum right now, and for 4 years she has given herself not just to coax but to the school and to the fine arts program, and she has supported us in so many ways it's impossible to really express it. So I want to publicly thank Liz Elrod for all her help. Thank you, Liz. Okay, now over the years too, it wouldn't have been the same without the students who dedicated themselves to the band, and through thick and thin, again I say, way back in the old days, Mike LaVista, who's here tonight, was one of the early guitarists, phenomenally talented guitarist. He remembers when we played a song, a concert, to nobody. Actually, nobody showed up, and we just played on our own, and a reason why. It wasn't really our fault, but so that was how bad it can get. Well, things are a bit different tonight, and it wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't be like this if the stalwarts hadn't stuck with it through the bad old days. And after that came Sean Moran, who was one of the first really faithful bassists. He played with us for 4 years. He even played in a bar with us a couple of times, which is the Irish Mill out near Diamond Lake. But that was another story. Anyway, so we also had Arturo Garcia. Then we had we've had a number of divas in the band over the years, and one of the first early ones was Sarah Druniak, who is class of 98, and she was a phenomenal diva. After that we had Mignon Martin, who also was a great singer, if you remember her. And these guys are all here tonight, and they're going to slowly come up on stage. We also had phenomenal keyboardist Ned Eisenberg, who's here. I think they're backstage. We had Matt and Matt Bear and Doug Kaplan, who are great guitarists. It's like in the pedigree of guitarists who came from the day school, like Jack. And we also tonight, I think we have Billy Montrose, who was a big drummer a few years ago, and his sister Martha. Also, I shouldn't forget Dave's brother Rich, who was also, I think, a bass player. Did you play bass? And so I think I have acknowledged pretty much all the alumni that are here tonight. Did I forget somebody? Let's see, Sarah Mignon. Oh, okay, and it's funny because this is how your memory works. The most recent guys who left and who are here tonight, Joey Lieberman on keyboards and vocals, and Sam Putnam on the violin. So these guys all gave their heart and soul to the band, and I'm very grateful for that because it wouldn't have worked without them. And so, without further ado, before we start, actually, the Alumni Jam, I just want to thank the ER Department of Lake Forest Academy for organizing this event. And I'd like to invite now our COAX alumni to come on stage for a couple of songs to end the evening. While they're getting set up, I'd like to let everybody know about a couple of post-show activities. All the COAX members, past and present, their families, and any other parents and alumni are welcome to join us in the music room right after this is over. And I don't know how long it's going to go on, but we'll see. And there will also be a reception for current students not in the band in the lobby. Please enjoy the food and refreshments, but all the guys connected to the band in the music room. Okay, we're going to start with Feeling Alright by Traffic, and we're going to start playing the song. Oh, actually, okay, let's hold this out. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll still play the first verse, and then you can kind of plug in as we go. Okay?
Our slides are getting set up here. I gotta tell you the two differences I've seen, current COAX versus when we started. As Steve was saying, I'm class 89. We majored in character building with gigs with 0 people there. The first thing I noticed is that there's tryouts now. When we were doing this, I think we had 2 criteria. One, you had to have a pulse. And the second is you had to have your own gear. If you were a bass player and didn't have your own stuff, we said come back next year. So things have changed. This is called buying time in the business. Now the alumni, we were going to get a new car, but I think the guitar schoolers are always going to return that car if that's all right.